Who's Gucci in the coochie? I know I am. What's poppin', fool? Hope you guys have been well and are doing well. Let me turn down the AC a bit. It's a bit warm in here. Alright, cool. So let's get into this, man. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I'll be covering. Now, I've seen a comment that said that they prefer looking at breakdowns of me doing individual trades, so not like a mass breakdown where I cover like 5 at one time. So that's exactly what I'm going to do more often than not. I'm going to cover an individual trade so that you guys can hopefully understand it better. I'm going to hit to the H1 time frame right now. Now, guys, before I start, I'm not a financial advisor. I forgot to mention that in the previous video. Please do not come for me. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just here to share a little bit of my insight and understanding on smart money concepts. So yeah, let's get right into it. First link in the description and only link in the description will be a link to my Telegram channel where you can see proof of all of my executions for these trades. Unless, of course, I mentioned that it is a trade that I missed or didn't take or took a loss on, then I will, of course, mention that in the video and it will not be included on my Telegram channel. So this video will cover the sell right here, right? Why exactly I took this sell, what was the context behind it, what were my targets, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So in the next video, we'll cover this trade over here that I missed, as well as the fact that I took a loss right here. And I'll also be in the next video explaining why I was looking at this area for a sell as opposed to this area as a sell. Oh, look, it looks beautiful, right? We took that bit of liquidity, we broke the structure, we have this as an inducement, the SNR liquidity. Why couldn't it sell from here? And I looked at a higher area and I still got stopped out as well. So, but the question is, if you would have looked at this area for a sell, you would have taken 2 sells, thus 2 losses, and I just took 1. Why did I look at the top one? Why not the bottom one? I'll give you guys a bit of insight to that. And then, of course, in the future video, I'll be covering the sell from here, this buy, and the other buy that I took over here. That's a little bit more advanced, something new that I have never covered on this channel at all, ever. But again, not something I'm pioneering. It's always been there. By credits to ICT, man. Credits to ICT. But anyway, let's talk about this sell right here and what made me take it. So we all know that the trading range I looked for the sell was this one. We had ourselves a strong high because it took out that liquidity. Unfortunately, didn't really make it into the H1 bearish OB, but it is what it is. It still took out liquidity and still broke significant structure, right? We then had ourselves inducement, and I'm going to go to the H4 time frame to show you my POI. On the H4 time frame, I just marked this H4 last buy candle before the sell, which is just a was it supply or demand? It's a supply candle. That's at least how I've learned to mark it. It's the last up candle before a sell. That is a supply candle on the H4, not very refined, but we'll add some more refinements later. I'm going to hit to the H1 time frame now to show you guys a little bit of the price action within here. So what I could see was very simple. I could see that these bits of equal highs have been manipulated. Now we've actually covered, see this sell right here, guys? You see this sell, we've actually covered this sell in the previous video. So if you guys would like to see how I took that sell exactly and in detail, please do make sure to watch the previous video that I've posted on this. But why did I look for another sell in here? Why didn't I look for, oh look, it's a stop hunt. Why didn't I look for a buy and carry on and all that good stuff? So let me give you guys a bit of insight. We have ourselves a weak low in here. Now, why is this a weak low? Simply for the fact that we failed to create a higher high. Now you guys may be wondering, excuse me, why is it, Avi, you say that this is a weak low when this low was responsible for a manipulation here and a break of structure here, and it also has itself some of that inducement right here? Why do you say that this is a weak low, right? What I'm saying is that this is a weak low on a 4-hour time frame, which it is. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame and show you guys that. So you were to go to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that this low it took this liquidity, sure, but it never broke that structure to the upside. This is the power of using your higher time frame. Now, even though, check this out, this is the power of different time frames. Even though on the H4 time frame, we failed to make a higher high, which everything points to, oh, this is a weak low. Let me go to the H1 time frame and show you a little bit of a phenomenon. We still had bullish reactions play from inside here. The only thing is that it never actually lasted. You see, it never actually lasted. Right, so with that being said, let me continue on this. So we took that liquidity and we broke this structure. Depending on how you look at it, you can mark it like that as well as the break of structure. I'm going to mark something a little bit clearer to you guys' eyes, which would be right there. Now, straight away, guys, please can you tell me what the inducement is going to be? And okay, but you guys should know, right? I mean, you guys should know this high right here took the liquidity, broke the structure. We should be looking for a sell in here. Another thing to note, guys, is that this entry, again, keyword entry, actually happened during the New York Open. I'm just going to mark the New York Open to 9, which is the There we go. The New York kill zone. For this is the New York Open, and the kill zone lasts until 9 p.m. Malaysian time. If you guys want New York time, you take the 9 p.m. and you turn it around, which becomes 9 a.m. That's New York time. So yes, if you want to talk about New York time, this will be 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. New York time. That is the London kill zone. Okay, again, all of this is public information on ICT's channel. Literally type up New York kill zone ICT. Click the first video that's there. I think I said London over here. I meant to say New York. This is New York session, please. Okay, and the entry, the pullback actually happened during the open. Exactly on the open, on the dot. Talk about timing, right? And that, you know, broke away. Where is the inducement? I hope you guys, I'm going to give you guys 2 seconds. I hope you guys said this. Just this high right here. If you guys are confused, where exactly, it's just this high. Okay, very, very simple. So I'm just gonna mark that, extend the line a little bit so you guys can see it better. Right now, where exactly is the POI? A very specific, a POI is a point of interest. It's a very specific point, a very, or rather a refined area that you look for an entry right up here. I know what you guys are thinking. Oh, look, it blasted right through. We'll cover that in a future video. Trust me. Mark my words, we'll cover that in a future video. But let me talk about this. This is our point of interest. Now, what did I tell you guys in the beginning parts of this entire YouTube channel that I've made to you guys? Price never has to fill all the way. It can take the liquidity and drop. Am I right? I mean, that's what I've said, right? It can take this liquidity and just drop. That's it. And that is actually what happened. Now, I also used another confluence. Let me talk about the confluence here. You see, this high got manipulated here. Am I right? You guys are following, right? You guys are following that it got manipulated right here. You guys agree? That guy? Now that high was actually made during a kill zone. Now again, the reason why you guys are seeing a lot of kill zone and ICT timing based work in my recent videos is because I want to introduce that guy. I want to introduce that more for you guys because I have not really talked much about it, and I've told you guys in previous videos that I'm going to bring into a little bit of price and time. Very, very basic, excuse me, not price and time. A very basic time and price principles, and here it is. This is just very, very basic, but very powerful nonetheless. Don't sleep on it. And we have over here a London high that was made. Now the London open starts at 2 a.m. Oh wait, am I saying that right? It is 2. Okay, let me just say it in Malaysian time so I don't get messed up here. Okay, 2 a.m. Oh my lord, 2 p.m. Malaysian time. 2 p.m. Malaysian time. I always mess this up, bro. I apologize. 2 p.m. Malaysian time to 5 p.m. Malaysian time. That's the London close before it goes into the overlap with New York. Okay, let's not focus on that too much. 2 p.m. Malaysian time to 5 p.m. Malaysian time. That's the London open and close. And if you translate that to AMs, that would be in New York time. So, okay, sorry, I keep blanking out there, guys. I really do apologize. I'm not very good with like this keeping track of the time stuff. So please do check out ICT's videos on time and price. You will get it. So you know what I mean? It's just there, right? You'll get it way, way better. I apologize for that, guys. I'm better at explaining technical analysis because I don't always use kill zones. So it's a bit frustrating for me, but I hope you guys understand. Anyway, let's get into this. So this London high manipulated that, okay? And on a lower time frame, I'm going to hit to the 5 minute and show you guys the structure, right? On a lower time frame, guess what we made? A bearish QM. Well, the clear one would be right there, wouldn't it? Right there. It doesn't matter. I would have marked this. Sell, buy. Because we made a low, higher low that caused the manipulation. So that would be where I would mark. I'm going to mark what I marked, man. All right, there we go. Now, where's the inducement? Well, the inducement is right here. Right there. The inducement. Into what exactly? Well, into higher prices. We have ourselves an OB in here. We have ourselves an IPA in here. Now, this is what I looked at. I looked at this as my point of interest. Now, guys, I am going to show you guys my lower time frame work. Inside here, I did actually take a couple sells, and when I saw that it impulsively moved, I set myself a break even. Right? Let me tell you guys where exactly I set myself break even. Go to hit to the 1 minute right now. So when price made it back inside this 5 minute QM. Now again, let me run it back real quick. This 5 minute QM came to play after we took out this liquidity during the London session. We took out that inducement on the H1. Yeah, we took that out. Unfortunately, it didn't make it up to the top area. Sure, it didn't do that, but we still took that liquidity, and that is enough for me to start looking at what kind of structure is made. And the structure that was made here was a bearish Quasimodo. All right, on the 5-minute time frame. So once price made it into this 5-minute IPA, let me show you guys exactly where I went break even for my initial entry. Right, I entered, and what I did was I went break even right here. Once price broke this structure, this low that caused the manipulation of this high, I took some profits here, and I set my break even here, but unfortunately I got smacked in my BE. So the next area I was looking for a sell at was right here. The last buy candle before the sell. And this is where I took my sell. I'm going to hit back to the 5 minutes. And that is where I'm going to hit to the 15-minute. That is where I took the sell from. Right? Now, this sell occurred. I'll be very blunt and honest with you guys. I did not pay attention to kill zones or anything of the sort during this time. But if you did pay attention to the kill zones, let's take a look at what that would have granted us. Now, the New York kill zone starts at 7 p.m. You know what? I'm just going to roll with Malaysian time, because that's the first thing that comes to my head. It's not New York, it's Malaysian, because I'm a freaking Malaysian. So if you guys want the New York time, turn the PMs to AMs and vice versa, and that's how you get the New York times, okay? So for the New York session, it starts at the New York Open, for the kill zone starts at 7 p.m. Malaysian time and extends all the way to 9 p.m. Malaysian time, or 9 a.m. New York time. This is the kill zone. The session itself extends up to 2 a.m. Malaysian time, but we'll just do 9 for now. And as you can see, the pullback happens and the sell-off happens during that window of opportunity. So the reason I'm showing you guys all this is because let's assume that you've made it known in your trading plan that you are only going to trade during the kill zone timings. Well, I'm just showing you guys how I would use my psychology with that and how that would work. Right? But I'm being very honest with you guys. I'm being straight up with you guys. This sell was based off of the New York timing. The observation of the manipulation was observed during London. However, I wasn't really paying too much attention about the kill zones during this sell-off. But if you did, then it would have worked as well. This is me basically trying to tell you guys that whether or not you use the kill zones, it is not something that is a necessity. A necessity, when you say something is necessary, you are hinting at the possibility that you are never going to become a profitable trader unless you have that component in your trading, which is simply false and ignorant, right? So I'm here to tell you it's not a necessity to have kill zones. However, I'm also here to be very blunt and honest with you guys and tell you that it can help, and it does help, and it has helped me in the past, right? And it helps a ton of other people. So who am I to say it is something that's useless? No, it's not useless, but it's definitely not necessary. However, again, do with this information as you please. So as you can see, during the New York, this is the New York Open sell. So if you were to have a limit, this was the M1 IPA, mind you, buy, right? M1 IPA. I over here got myself hit at break even, didn't really take a look at any more sells. I just knew that there was another area at the very top and you could have taken that sell. How else could you have entered this trade? Well, let me show you. You could have used my method of 2 or 2.5 pips from the strong high. So if you were to have done 2 pips, your entry would have been right at mine. And if you were to have done 2.5 pips from the top, your entry would be slightly below mine. It's irrelevant. You still got beautiful RR and all of that good stuff. Your entry would have been right there as well. So again, if you guys want to know more about this 2.5 pip thing, I will bring you, you know what, just search through my YouTube channel. It talks about stop loss placements on EURUSD. It's a video, a couple videos back, stop loss placements, and go ahead and check that video out. I teach you guys exactly what I'm talking about when I say 2.5 pips from the top. I've also posted a little bit of a video on my Telegram, AKFX. However, if I get multiple comments asking me where to find the video about the 2.5 pip stop loss, I will in the future link that video with every single EURUSD breakdown in the description section so that it is easier for you guys to find, right? But I hope you guys can find it anyway. So that is it, guys. If you were to have had an entry right there, if you were to have had the, if you used my two pip stop loss method, then that will be that. Same entry as myself, right there. Stop loss goes above this. Of course, you have a bit of spread. Now I use IC markets. My spread is around 0, so nothing at all, to around 1 micro pip. So what I like to do is very simple. I just add 2 micro pips, and I just do that every single time. Doesn't matter what my stop loss is, I'll just always add 2 micro pips. Now we have ourselves an entry. So where is our take profit going to be? I'm on the H1 time frame, mind you. Where's the take profit going to be? Well, can you guys not see? Let me just get rid of everything for a second. Can you guys not see? We have ourselves this high that was responsible for a manipulation, a strong high, manipulated. Can you see this low that ran up that liquidity, right? The significant low. That's what the definition of significant low, significant structure is. The structure that formed the manipulation. This guy got broken. So that's what? A bearish QM in itself. In itself, it is a bearish QM. So my target is going to be strong high, weak low being the target. So now let's bring this all back. Take this away. Take a little bit of that away. And this, because we'll be covering the loss that I took. I did take a loss. Surprise, surprise, I take losses. Right, that is going to be our take profit right there. So we will make that known. And that will be your intraday take profit at a beautiful 1 to 14 hour. This is an actual trade that I took now. Relax, it's one beautiful 1 to 14 hour. And that is your intraday trade. And for example, let's assume that in a week you target 5R. In a week you target 10R. This one trade, you are done for the entire week. But then you go on every single day after that, throwing the dice into the market, as Michael said, and you wonder why you lose. It's because you can have the highest win rate in the world when it comes to a strategy, but if you are rolling the dice every single day, whenever any opportunity shows up at any time, you are going to take a significantly higher amount of losses. It's simply a fact. It is what it is. So choose the right setups. And again, sometimes the right setups are right until they're wrong. And stick to your plan. If that's it, that's it. You get me? That's it. And of course, your second take profit can be that low here, which would be making a 1 to 20 hour trade. For example, right? For example, you take off 50% of your profits here. And then when this low gets met, you take off another 50%. Because why do you anticipate this low to be met? Because it is a H4 failure to make a high, meaning a H4 weak low. That's liquidity. That is your final, listen to my words here. That is your final take profit based on this strong high. You understand that, right? Based on the strong high, this is going to be your final take profit. Why this? Why not this one? After all, strong high, weak low. Because on the H4, this low failed to create a higher high. And now observe this. Once this liquidity gets taken, once this liquidity gets taken into, check this out, hold on, into the bullish QM right here. It's liquidity, bullish QM right here. Last sell before buy candle. Maybe you want to generalize the entire region by the IPA. You can do that. For me, I would go with the last sell candle because I can. Right, there is no IPA here. It's already been tested. Right. You can see how we have ourselves that bullish QM. This is our inducement, and we come in here. Does it make any sense for us to look for buys? Some people may say, oh, we have equal lows. Sure, I agree, we have equal lows. However, my question to you is very simple. Does it make any sense for you to look for sells in here? No, it doesn't. Does it make any sense for you to look for buys in here? No, absolutely not. So you take that as it is, and in here you can look for buys, or just take your ultimate profits in here and keep quiet about it. Wait for the next manipulation. Right? So that is it, my friends. I hope you have taken something away from this video. A pretty much shorter video. It's just 20 minutes. If you guys enjoyed this video, please do feel free, if you want to, of course, like this video. It definitely does help this channel's growth. Leave a comment. I will be replying to as many as I can, you know, on the fly. I take a look at my YouTube studio and I reply to some on my phone and stuff like that. I'm also trying my best to reply to more of your DMs. But please don't, you know, raid through my DMs, if you will. But I'm trying my best with that. I'm trying my best. So yeah, with the next video, guys, we'll be talking over this loss that I took right here, why I chose this to sell, why didn't I choose here for sell. We're also in the next video, following video, we will have this as a breakdown. I took a buy from here, where my take, but very important, because there's no point you buying, you don't even know where to exit. You know what I mean? And then you get stopped out, then you buy again and you don't even know where to exit. You know, so I'm gonna tell you guys exactly where I exit, because exits are so important, guys. That is how a trader is paid. A trader is paid via nothing else but an exit. You know what I mean? Via nothing else but you clicking that TP button. You see what I'm trying to say? So yeah, man, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Click a like if you did. If you didn't, sure, click a dislike, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Good luck, safe trading, and let's have a fantastic 2022. Peace out, man.